Hi, it's Rod, and this one's called Jesus Always Loves Me. Jesus always loves me and is always trying to make me happy with Him. Not with the things of the world, not the created things, not the idols, with Jesus. Jesus is trying to take all my sins away and make me as righteous as He is, as a gift. Don't have to earn it. It's like I had a vision one time of Jesus all dressed up in his king outfit in my bedroom, and I kept thinking, what does He want from me? What does He want me to do? And I kept saying to Him, what do you want me to do, Jesus? What do you want me to do, Jesus? What do you want me to do, Jesus? Or like a Martha or something. I got to do something for Him. And He said to me, just thank me. And when I asked Jesus, what was the greatest thing He ever seen me do? He said, He showed me a vision of me bowing down, taking communion, and thanking Him for His body and His blood shed to take my sins away. So I take communion every day and celebrate that, and I know He likes it. It's like you got to hear Jesus saying to you, I like what you're doing. I like you giving me thanks for all the awesome things I do for you. I made you. I keep your heart beating. I want to take you to heaven and make you my bride forever. My wife forever in heaven or something, in paradise. If people could believe the truth about Jesus, they could be very happy now, even in a coronavirus quarantine or whatever. Jesus tries to feed me, clothe me, protect me, and fill me with His spiritual love, joy, peace. He's my perfect good shepherd. I'm His happy sheep. Jesus wants to fulfill me with His spiritual love, joy, peace right now. Jesus wants to say to me prophetically, I'm all you need to be happy, Rod. All you need is me to be happy. Jesus is trying to say to me, I want to be your perfect best friend. I want to be like your perfect father, your perfect mother, your perfect husband, wherever you are, in whatever circumstance you're in. When you're fasting, I want to make you happy. If you're eating manna, I want to make you happy. If you're in slavery or in prison like Daniel or Joseph, I want to make you happy. If you're in a coronavirus trial, sort of like Job getting things taken away from you, or a rich man getting his riches taken away, experience, stuck in your house or something, I can make you happy now. It's whether we believe it or not. Do we believe what the Bible says, in Jesus' presence is the fullness of joy? Do we believe that Jesus always loves us? Do we believe all I need is Jesus to be happy now, even if I don't have any meat or toilet paper or something? Paul, in a rat-infested prison, said, be joyful always. It's no longer I live, it's my perfect best friend Jesus living in me. Paul wasn't alone in the prison. He was there with Jesus, and he was pretty joyful. We can be joyful in a coronavirus quarantine with Jesus. Joseph in slavery. His brother's trying to murder him. Falsely accused of rape and put in prison. If God's with me, I can handle it. If Jesus is with me, I can handle it. So it's not, you got Satan and angels saying heaven ain't enough, Jesus ain't enough, God ain't enough. We want to try to be God or something. We want the creation for our happiness, not the creator. Whether it's Satan and angels or demons or Adam and Eve or something. Even King David was thinking that sexual pleasure was better than God or something, even murdering people for it. We gotta believe that Jesus can make me happier than sex or whatever. If we ever want to stop hurting ourselves with sexual immorality or something. People just don't realize what God's kind of fulfilling sexuality is. It's like 10 times better than sex outside the marriage bed or something. It's Jesus living in the man and Jesus living in the woman, and they're having awesome, loving sex together, which you can't experience without Jesus. And then Paul says it's better to remain single than to get married, and just give all your attention to Jesus. I'm single. Anyways, everybody needs to think that Jesus always loves them and Jesus can make them happy now, spiritually. Whether they're married or single or got things stocked up for a coronavirus trial or don't. If you're listening to Jesus, you could have stocked up for this stuff. Anyways, it's not about how much work you can do for Jesus to earn things from him. Sort of like a Martha or something. It's more like being close to Jesus. It's not the work you do for the king or something, or the kingdom. It's your good relationship with the king that makes you happy or fulfilled. And the work of the kingdom is just going around telling other people, Jesus always loves you, and Jesus can make you happy now. And take you to heaven, not hell after you die. It's basically telling people, do you want to be Jesus' friend or his enemy? If you be his enemy, you're not going to have much feel loved or joyful here on earth. And you'll go to God's hell for his enemies. If you want to be Jesus' friend, you can be full of love, joy, and peace and feel greatly loved. Jesus loved me so much, he took the punishment for my sins. Just to be close to me. Forever. In paradise. If I want these gifts from him, and if you really believe in these gifts, you'll thank him for them. You'll worship him for them. You'll praise him for them. So it's not a chore to do the work of the kingdom. Pray for people. Help open their eyes to your truth, Jesus. Tell them Jesus always loves you and can make you happy now and take you to heaven after you die. You want to be friends with Jesus? You want to go to heaven? Most people don't. Why is it so hard for people to believe that Jesus always loves them or Jesus can make them joyful now? Because they're in a war with their enemy Satan, who doesn't want to believe in that truth. We're in a spiritual war. It's like Satan was trying to destroy a third of the angels' relationship with God in heaven with lies, because he wanted to be a rebel. He wanted to play God himself or something. He got Adam and Eve to do the same thing. You don't need God. You can get happiness from his creation and idols and stuff like that instead. They didn't know that it's the good relationship with God that makes them happy, not the created pleasures and things that God gave them. It's like Job could have everything taken away from him, like a coronavirus trial for some people, and yet still have faith in God's love and still find some happiness thinking about God. God's not trying to harm us with suffering, but that's the way Satan tries to destroy our relationship with Jesus. It's like Satan's always saying, that's not true, don't believe that, whenever we start to learn the truth about Jesus or something. You need to get saved, you need to get close to Jesus for your love and happiness. Satan says if you're suffering, Jesus doesn't love you if you're suffering. Jesus can't make you happy now if you're suffering. And what the truth is, Jesus does love you and he can make you happy now if you're suffering. It's like a motto I have, and it can be prophetic from Jesus. You have to live in an evil and suffering world, Rod, but I can help you through it. Bring good out of it for you. Make you happy in it. And help you not to be bothered by it. And help you to dance with me through it. We need to believe that we can party with Jesus 24/7. Like a prodigal son with his father. Jesus is supplying the fullness of joy. Jesus is supplying the love and care. Jesus can feed me, clothe me, fill me with happiness, take all my sins away, make me as righteous as he is, as a gift. I don't earn it. He wants us to be more like a Mary, not a Martha. Mary saying, Jesus is most important to my happiness. Now I'm going to get closer to him. Martha saying, well, I don't really care about getting close to Jesus. I just want to make some food and have some fellowship with some human beings or something. And she didn't feel too happy doing that stuff. But Mary, close to Jesus, she felt content. We need to wake up. I need to get close to Jesus. Sort of like when you wake up or something. Jesus is standing by the bed. He's rejoicing over you like a bridegroom rejoices over the bride, saying, Rod, wake up. Let's do awesome things together. I'm your perfect best friend. Party with me today, Rod. And you can get up and you can party with your perfect best friend, Jesus, if you want to. Asking him what's best to do. Getting busy doing it with his power to do it. He's very joyful when you choose to be his best friend today. And it's like people in the Bible or something. It's like some people resisted Satan. No, I'm not going to believe your lies. Moses or something. Daniel, Joseph. I'm going to believe that God's my source of happiness. Obeying God's the best choice for me. I don't want the things of the world. I want God. I want Jesus, not the things of the world, not idols. So you got people like Job. You can take everything away from me, make me ill, God, I'll still trust you. Jesus tried to show us how we're supposed to have this awesome relationship, believe in God's love for us, get happiness from being with God. Like Jesus would say, I'm not alone, my Father's with me. Perfect Father God. I'm not alone, perfect best friend Jesus is with me. Nobody can love me like he does. It's like you can't love other people unless you have a loving relationship with God first. He's got to live in you and do the loving through you. He's got to love my enemies through me. He's got to teach his truth through me or something. A friend of God like Abraham. Paul in the rat-infested prison. All I need is Jesus to be happy now. Trying to tell the church, all you need is Jesus to be happy now. In Jesus' presence is the fullness of joy. Express how much God loves us. If we could have a second or 10 minutes in heaven or something, we could say, wow, it's worth it. Choosing to be Jesus' friend and getting to live here forever. But we're not going to get to heaven unless we go through some kind of an evil and suffering earth experience first. It's evil and suffering because people have a free will choice like Satan or Adam and Eve had or something, or Paul had. And if they choose to be God's friend, they can be greatly blessed in this life or the next one. They want to choose to be God's enemy, they can be destroyed in this life and go to hell with Satan in the next one. Like a rich man loving his idols and riches more than God or something. So we're in a spiritual war with Satan, but we can win that spiritual war. Like Jesus showed us, no, Satan, you're a liar. I'm not listening to you. As opposed to the religious leaders of Jesus' day. Yes, Satan, whatever you say. It's like most of the world wants to follow Satan, demon-controlled or something. A few people want to try to follow Jesus. Jesus-controlled people. And you know them by what they're talking about. They're talking about Jesus is their source of love, joy, and peace. Or are they talking about money and human relationships and physical pleasure or something all day long? And depressed because they can't get out of the house to go buy it or something anymore. We're going into a Great Depression, which can be something great for us if it helps us to get closer to Jesus and get our happiness from him instead of the sort of like consumerism, love for the created things world we've been living in for the last 70 years where people just drop dead and go to hell forever like a rich man. This could be the best thing for the world right now. Jesus wanted it to happen. Jesus controlling it. He's trying to see who loves him when they're suffering and who doesn't love him when they're suffering. Who wants to listen to Satan about his wrong way to be happy, like Adam and Eve or something. Like a health and wealth gospel preacher or something. Who wants to be a good friend of Jesus through a suffering world? Well, it can work out for good. It's like When I got saved, I felt like I was dying of cancer. I had a sore lung. I thought, Jesus, if you save me from whatever this suffering is, I'll serve you. Sort of like coronavirus or something, when I was 25 or something. And that's where people have to get, like a prodigal son in the pig pen sometimes, which the coronavirus trial can do. Great Depression, economic collapse, goodbye pensions, like a slave government trying to control everybody, like China or something. And whether you can be like a happy Paul in a rat-infested prison, or a Joseph in Egyptian slavery, or a Daniel in the Babylonian slavery, with Jesus with you in the slavery, or not, that's up to you. Most people will just apostatize. I'm suffering, Jesus can't be good, I'll listen to whatever you say, Satan, and be like, I don't know, these pirates or something in the future. Mad Max world or something. Instead of, all I need is my food and clothing and water, and Jesus, I can be happy even in a rat-infested FEMA camp or something. Not fighting this stuff, letting Jesus do what he wants to do through it. He's trying to strip the rich man of his riches to see if he can save him from hell or not now. In a Great Depression, in an economic collapse. That's where you have to trust in Jesus to take good care of you. He's your good shepherd, even through a Great Depression or something, or a coronavirus trial, which may come in 3 waves, and we're only getting into the first wave now. Anyways, it's a decision. What we choose to believe, we feel. If I believe the truth, Jesus always loves me. Jesus can make me happy now. In Jesus' presence is my fullness of joy. Jesus controls it all and can work it all out for my good. Like I said, when people lose everything, maybe they're going to want to try Jesus out instead of the creation or something. So we got to get ready to preach that gospel message. Jesus always loves you. Jesus can make you happy now. To people that probably lost everything or something, even a lot of loved ones' lives. Just like the days of Noah or something, Jesus could save who he wants to save and let perish who he wants to let perish. He's in control. And you just let it be in his hands. If he wants to do a miracle and heal somebody, fine. If he wants to let them die, fine. We just preach like Noah preached. Noah preached for about 100 years or something. Nobody listened to him. They all drowned. Like Jesus said, a few enter the kingdom of heaven. Most people don't. You don't expect a great awakening revival for everybody. You expect a great apostasy. But there can be like a few remnant church getting closer to God and having miraculous power, maybe doing churches in homes or something. Trying to prepare for that now. Let Jesus teach you great things in your sort of like confinement. Apostle John learned great things in his prison island or something. Revelation. Paul learned great things, the New Testament letters, in a rat-infested prison confinement. I can learn great things from Jesus in my coronavirus confinement. I can party with Jesus all day long, my perfect best friend if I want to, wherever I am. If I need something, he could give me manna from my ceiling or something. He can control a coronavirus, whether it damages my lungs or it doesn't. Jesus controls it all. He can work it all out for my good. So that's what we have to believe, that Jesus always loves us, even when we're suffering. And Jesus can make us happy, love, joy, and peace spiritually in whatever circumstance we're in. Rat-infested prison, coronavirus quarantine, whatever. So that's a bit about Jesus always loves me.